You're listening to Punisher Waterfowls, the Union 0430 podcast. Brought to you by Real Geese Decoys, the most technologically advanced silhouette decoy on the market. First Light, the best hunting gear on the planet. Go farther, stay longer. And Ducklander Calls, tradition, education, and quality. Built to hunt.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Union 0430 podcast. This is, I got to look, Philly, 243, episode 243. And it's just you and I because Craig can't figure out his laptop this evening.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, but it's just you and I here tonight, which is good because we can spend a lot of time talking about Saskatchewan and some other stuff, and we'll get Craig on hopefully next week he'll be able to come on and once he gets things sorted out, and we can make another, have something else to talk about next week. So before we get rolling, I do have to thank our sponsors of First Light, Real Geese, Ducklander Calls, who have been amazing to us. Just like on the intro to the show, amazing. Can't thank them enough. And please go check out their socials. It would mean the world to us. Give them a follow, like, send them some love, and let them know that you heard about them through the Punisher Waterfowl podcast. And of course, we have to thank the voice of the Union 0430, Captain Jeff Coates from Pit Boss Waterfowl in Maryland, who's in Canada right now. He was just hunting with Troy Pointer down on Lake St. Clair. So I got to get talking to Jeff here in the next couple of days. I know he's been super busy and stuff, but and I'm wearing my Molly's stuff today. Ooh,
very nice.
Wearing my Molly's hoodie and my Molly's hat. Thank you, Molly's. Yeah, buddy.
We still need to get some authentic Jeff Coates drinking cups up here, though.
We do. We certainly do. This was probably our opportunity with Jeff being in Canada. We could have asked him to bring some and just drop them off, but we totally shit the bed on it. Mostly me.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Buddy, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you.
I've missed a few episodes.
Well, I don't think so because, I was gone for, 5 weeks. So we didn't record there. And then there was, I think, the 2 weeks before that you were gone. You were busy.
It feels like an eternity.
So, yeah, I do feel like an eternity. But I got to tell you, I am digging, like, here's one. And you guys, everybody that's listening, Phil's wife contacted me before he left for Saskatchewan and said that she wanted to do his studio, for lack of a better word.
The man cave.
His man cave. There you go. That sounds better. Wanted to decorate it while he was away in Saskatchewan hunting and asked me, for some tips and stuff. But I didn't think it was going to turn out as good as it did. Like that backdrop and then your big banner it's too bad that the banner is so big that you can't get it all on the, there it is. That's what you got to do. We got to.
That photo was taken in Saskatchewan the last time I went.
Right.
And then my wife actually up top, there's like my little call display.
There you go.
She repurposed something else to build that.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of the old boy.
Yeah, there you go. No, it looks awesome, man. It really do. It looks amazing and well done to Dana because I didn't think it was going to turn out as well as it did. Not because I didn't have faith in Dana. It was just I didn't think that
the whole banner thing has been in the works for a few months.
Okay.
So, and I figured this out now. So she approached me a couple months ago. She's like, "Hey, I want like 3 of like your favorite pictures you've ever taken."
Okay.
And I'm like, "What's this for?"
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you. I just want like 3 of your favorite pictures. I'm like,
okay,
all right, fine. So like I go through my Lightroom. Like obviously that picture in digital quality looks 10 times
Way
better.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's been a little cropped and stuff. But anyways, so I submitted that one. I sent her another one. It was of one of the guides, and people have seen this photo on my Instagram. It's of one of the guides in one of the blinds at Habitat Flats.
Okay.
I cannot remember the gentleman's name. I'd have to look it up. But photo of him, and then there was like a third one. So then I submitted the photos, like totally think of nothing else.
Right.
Months go by.
Of course. Yeah.
So, and it's like anytime I go away for somewhere for like any period of time, I come home and something's been done to my house. So I'm in Saskatchewan, and we've got a group chat between myself, my wife, and my two neighbors, Mike and Laura.
Yeah.
And like it's, we post like neighborhood stuff. And
is Mike the guy that I met at your Delta dinner?
Yeah. It was like his kid was our driver.
Yeah.
So like, and like constant police fire smack talk and whatever. So they're like, oh yeah, hey, your kitchen looks nice and all this other jazz. And I'm talking to Dana. I'm like, what did you do? She's like, I didn't spend any money. Like,
I love how that's the first.
I just kind of move stuff around. You got to wait till you get home to see it. I'm like, fuck. All right, fine, whatever. Yep. So I get in from Saskatchewan Friday night. Like, just so glad to finally be home.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk in the door, and like I was like, yo, you've been to my house. Not everyone has. Like, you walk in our front door, and we're like a raised bungalow.
Yep, you're
so
split.
As soon as
level.
you walk in our front door, it's like 6 stairs up, 6 stairs down, and you can see straight up into the kitchen. So I'm like, trying to do one of these, right? I'm peering around, looking to see what the hell's like, what's going on, and I'm like, whatever. Like, I was already in the mood. Like, it's a 12-hour, 13-hour travel day.
Yeah.
So I get in. So like, I'm trying to like deal with all my stuff at the front door. So like, I just go and dump my stuff at the bottom of the stairs. She's just like, well, like, you should like put your gun away and whatever. And I'm like, why are you being fucking weird? So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll put my gun away. Like, whatever. I think Owen had a friend sleeping over that night or something.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, all right, fine.
Sure.
I'll abide by the laws. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go in. I got to go through our laundry room to get into the man cave, and my door is closed.
Why is my door closed?
Is my door closed?
Mm-hmm.
So I go in, and like there's Dana and there's Dylan like hovering over my shoulder, and I'm just like, oh Jesus, what did you do? So I walk in, and like just it's been a long day. I'm just glad to be home, and then I get hit with this. It was like just a little overwhelming.
Yeah,
but like I had plans to do this at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been in 6 months or 6 years. I don't know when.
Right.
But I had visions of like doing like kind of like half barn board, half like galvanized barn roofing.
Oh yeah.
Like
I know what you're talking
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then I walk in and like whatever. So this is just wallpaper. That's all this is.
No, I would never have guessed.
So this is wallpaper. There's another spot over by the door that's been done. But like the rest of the walls are just like white. So I'll have to fix that at some point. Like, but she repainted all the walls like completely white because there was like kids scribble and shit all over it. So like at least like that's all nice and clean. And I just walked in and I'm just like, why would I wanted to do this to it, but like just the thought and the effort. Like, was my wife and my neighbor's wife were like having drinks and working on this and that. So I'm like,
no, it looks awesome, buddy. Yeah.
So like I'll do something to the rest of the walls. They're just like plain white, like oh, I'm like stuck and like plugged in here.
Yeah.
So like here's like the wall beside me here. I got like some tin steins and that's just white. So I'll change that at some point. But I will leave the back wall as it is.
Yeah.
Like I finally have Thor's ribbons hung up, which have never been hung up a day in their life. So yeah. I'll tweak some stuff but I'll leave this wall.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I know what you were talking about when that you were talking about that steel roofing, that tin roofing.
Yeah.
I tried to do the same thing. I wanted to do not so much this wall. I was going to leave this wall as is, and then if you could see this wall that's perpendicular to me, that wall is burn board too, right? But then behind my bar and everything, I was going to do that tin
Half and half.
roofing, but like everything, right? Because some hippie designed the inside of their house. Now, oh, there he is. There he is. So
Now
because
Craig's here.
because some hippie
Hopefully
did
there's
it
no
and
echo.
put it in some magazine. Well, here in my area, to go buy a piece of rusty old tin now will cost you $60 a sheet.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Anyways, Craig, you missed out. Phil's man cave got a do over there, and we're just talking about.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. It looks really good. So, I love how, we've been doing this show, and I switched, because when we first started recording this show, we were using Zoom, right? And Zoom wasn't cheap to operate on, and you weren't getting a lot of functionality out of the program. So
It was basic.
it was very basic, and it wasn't cheap. And then Brian Hallbly with Migration Waterfowl, well, this is the program he used, and he told me about it, right? And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I think Jeff Coates used this one too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So then a couple people told me about it, how awesome this program is, and you get all these other functions, and it's so easy to use. It is not it's a great program. Like, it makes the editing and all of the clips and all that stuff, that makes that super simple. But it's not like every episode, we have a little bit of something every time we come on this, don't we?
Yeah, I don't think there's been a time where we haven't had to play around with it.
Yeah. And tonight, so we were good on the echo. So first, when Phil and I got on, I was like, I hear an echo, which was the first time I've heard an echo for a while. Phil's like, no, you're good. You're good. And fucked around with it for a minute anyways. And we were good. And I was like, oh, that was simple. That was easy. And I just thought, I was like, that's the easiest it's been since. And then I get a message from you. I can't get on.
that was on my end though. It wasn't the program.
Yeah, I know. Well, it kind of is though, right? Because the program was asking for these settings to be changed and all this shit.
But that was because, I normally use Google Chrome, and today when I was on, all of a sudden I went to click on it and it wouldn't work. And it's like, oh, the shortcut, there's, something was not there. So I kept playing around with it, and that shortcut didn't work. The other shortcut didn't work. So I removed those. But then when I was like searching the desktop, I just used the search bar. Google didn't exist on it anymore.
Well,
so I'm like, shit. So then
that's awkward.
Shit.
So then I'm just trying to use Microsoft Edge, but then when I'm trying to connect to the links that you sent, then it's like, oh, you got to give the program permission.
Right.
And
right.
like, it's like, click on this on your browser. It's like, well, nothing looks like that on my browser. But yeah, so then I had to try and download Chrome and everything again, which I didn't know if I'd be able to. So 15 minutes later, and I'm finally on.
Cool.
Really
fellas, now that we got the crew on, I guess, I did want to talk about the season so far for you guys, and I wanted to get sort of kind of get a taste on what you're seeing in your area. I put up a video on social media. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Anyways, and I'm just talking about the low precipitation that's around my area and the warm temperatures. Now it's starting to cool off a little bit, but it's still not it's not cold. It's not end October weather by no means.
We're going to be getting that this weekend.
Yeah, is it? I haven't looked at any long range.
Tomorrow's supposed to change some flurries, I think, in some spots.
Well, up where you are, you get snow before it due up in Nunavut where you are, Craig.
You're in God's country.
Yeah, like you get snow like you wouldn't believe. So
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention if Wabashing is getting snow. I'm like, well, that 99% of Canada is not getting snow. It's just
sometimes.
Wabashing. Yeah, sometimes. But Philly, I know you were out this morning.
Yeah. Seen one beautiful Drake mallard and killed it. That was it.
Those are good percentages.
I've been away, right? So I haven't been able to do any scouting. Haven't done nothing.
Right.
All field, some of my fields to the east are getting east of where I was this morning. Are starting to get cut, like the corn.
Okay.
Like obviously all the beans are long gone.
Yeah.
Like literally, this was my second hunt in Ontario. Like I hunted opening day and then this morning.
I'm wondering what the yield is for the farmers this year, because the corn doesn't look tall to me.
Well, the deer were so the property I hunted this morning. I got to walk through some corn to get to this pond that I hunt.
Yeah,
and I know the deer have been in there.
Yeah,
so I might get in there.
Yeah.
I was at one location yesterday doing an audit, and where they handle a lot of grain. So they deal with soybean, corn, and wheat coming in. And I think they said with corn, they were expecting something like half the yield.
Yeah, I can see it, man, because like I'm driving around. I haven't done a ton of scouting since I've been back. But I have driven around a little bit, and the corn it doesn't look like it's. Now, does that affect us as duck hunters and goose hunters? No, it doesn't. They don't care how tall the stalks are.
They care how much is left on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just more concerned about the farmers, like their yield and the cost of running a farm, and then with it being as dry as it has been, especially, and I think that's across the board. I think that's all across Canada and all across the United States that has been above average seasonally for temperatures and below average in precipitation, right? So
the guy I was talking to said wheat was okay because it's done so early. It was set really well and everything before everything got really hot and really dry.
Okay.
So wheat's not so bad. The corn, he was saying it's about half.
Really?
And I asked him, I was like, how's that look price wise? And he said it doesn't change it too much just because of how much is produced in the States.
Okay.
He said that's such a market that he said it's not really affecting them price wise too much beyond
good.
Yield wise, but then I guess between just pricing throughout North America and their insurance, he's like it's not too bad.
Okay. Interesting. But
he did say that with corn, he said he was checking at one field, and he said the plants look great, like the field looked great, but then when he got walking down rows, realized the stalks looked great, but there was nothing on them. Like there was the cob, it hadn't produced cobs. So yeah, it's like there'll be great Halloween decorations and stuff like that. But there's nothing coming off the
fire
stalks.
Blanks.
Great for grass and blinds.
Yeah. That's interesting. So Philly, so you're back. You've only scouted a couple times. You got out this morning, shot one mallard. You went out. I know you said your goal today was to go out and get some content and stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me, for the other brands that you work with and you represent and stuff like that. So, did you get your content?
I got a couple pictures until the batteries died.
Right. Yeah. The same.
Yeah. So as a cameraman, as a photographer, make sure I got the stupid battery pack on the bottom of my camera, so it holds 2 of the batteries as opposed to 1. Yeah. And it wasn't even that cold this morning, so there's no excuse for the batteries just to nuke. And I got a handful of photos, some stuff done, and then flatline. I'm like,
really?
Screw this. I'm going home. Got my truck dirty.
Taking my one mallard and I'm going home.
Taking my one duck.
Still good percentages.
Home. Yeah, that's still pretty good.
Buddy, I was batting 1,000 this morning. I did not miss him with the one shot that I took.
Oh well, I'll tell you about a shoot. I'll tell you about some poor shooting here in a little bit.
Oh, buddy, myself and my buddy Jamie there, we embarrassed ourselves, and one of the other guys in the group. we royally embarrassed ourselves, like in Saskatchewan, with like a lone duck that ripped the decoys. And
Really?
yeah, it was bad.
How? So, talk to us. I guess tell us about. You were in Saskatchewan. What were you there? 5 days hunting. You were there hunting 8 or 8?
Eight hunts, 2 travel days, 10 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I know it's no point for me to ask where you were in Saskatchewan because you're going to lie straight to my fucking face anyways. So I'm not even going to bother to ask you.
West of Saskatchewan.
And you know what? And that is such a thing. Like, we're friends, very good friends, and we won't discuss where we are. Like, he asked me.
You want some pin drops?
Phil asked me, he was like, where are you guiding in Saskatchewan? And I'm like, I'm a couple hours west of here or east of here, and I'll never give them the fucking location.
north of the border.
Anybody asks me, where'd you hunt in Saskatchewan? I say Spy Hill.
Yeah. And so I ask him, right? I'm like, because I'm talking to him and I'm like, you guys are into the birds, right? Because when I came home, the birds hadn't hit yet, right? Like, it was still, the numbers were low. And while I was talking to you guys while I was out there, and I was telling Phil, right? I was like, make sure you got birds before you come out because it's dead out here right now.
Well, according to there was one farmer's wife I spoke to, because we're trying to get permission on their properties. And she's like, all these geese had like just shown up in the last few days.
Oh, yeah. So when you started sending me pictures and telling me, like, and showing me what you guys were into, I was like, fuck, good. Like, because it was looking pretty rough for you, right? So when he starts sending me these pictures, I'm like, where are you guys exactly? You think he'd fucking tell me? No, sir.
From his trip 3 years ago.
No way would he tell me. He was like, we're not, or I don't know what
over
it
yonder.
Was. Yeah, he said we're not far from here or something like that, and I was like, and that's when I knew. I was like, it's no good to even try and get it out of him because he's not going to fucking tell me. And so what I'm getting at with this is, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, the guy is just being an asshole. He won't talk about where he shot his birds. We're fucking friends, like good friends. And the chances of me ever getting to where he was hunting are slim to nil. And he still won't tell me. That's how crazy this is, and I love it, I really do.
Put in the legwork.
Fellas hold their spots.
Well, I can tell you, we got on this one area.
Go for it. So
like when we leave the house, like we got 3 trucks, and there's literally one truck goes that way, one goes that way, one goes that way, and like so I pretty much had like quote unquote the same territory for the whole week that we were out there. Yeah, because then like you get to know your birds, you can follow flocks, whatever. So we'll call it territory B. Was like the producer, like we were like literally hunting the same flock of birds over and over and over, but like, in essence though, like there's thousands and thousands and thousands. So like in that area, like 4,000 or 5,000 ducks will pick up off this puddle and go here. Yeah. And then they'll be the same off this puddle and they go there. Like we hunted just kind of in the same, 10 square miles, so to speak. Yeah. We almost shot limits of ducks every single day. There was 3 days that we did. Wow. We just fell short. There was one morning we were hunting a field, and it was the smallest field I have ever hunted or even seen in Saskatchewan. Mm-hmm. Like we're talking like, I wouldn't even have hunted a field this size here in Ontario. That's how small it was. Yep. We smashed a 7-man limit of ducks out of it. Like it was stupid. And there was guys, they were hearing someone else shooting. I couldn't pick them up on my tetras. But they were hearing shots somewhere else. Other than that, we heard like no gunfire at all through the trip until our last day. We were hunting this one property, and we had hunted it either like the first or second day of the trip. And then we went back and hunted it our very last day because the birds were smashing it. And there was 3 other groups around us. Like we could hear shots coming from this direction, shots over there, shots behind there. Like everyone else had finally found the birds, apparently.
Yeah. I know. I had, so the same thing. It works the same way where I was when it come to guiding, right? Each person has a territory that they're responsible for.
Yeah.
So it just makes life easy, right? So I had probably 50,000-60,000 specs.
Oh.
But there was 4 crews all in the same, I'm going to say the same 20-kilometer radius of all chasing the same 50,000-60,000 specs. So the problem is that, or the problem for me was that I could find the feed the night before, and lucky enough, this was the second year of being in that area, so I had already knew the majority of the farmers, right? So some are no outfitters. They don't allow outfitters on. They only allow locals on, right? Which I'm totally on board with. I'm like, let locals hunt it 100%. And then there was a couple farmers that, a couple freelancers had got there before I did, and they had already asked for permission. So, whatever, that's just the way the game goes. But then the other ones that I did get permission on, you could get under the birds for the morning feed, but they had been shot up so much.
Oh yeah.
And specs are and for anybody that don't know, like, they're not like Canada's.
They're
like
worse than the snow.
Oh, you know what, Phil? That's probably the truest thing I've ever heard you say come out of your mouth. Specs are more. No, they are. They're more finicky than snows.
Like a snow goose. Oh yeah,
they are, man. Like, and I'm telling you, like, I would get under them, and after 2 or 3 hunts, I had to, like, just calm myself, because, like, I'd find a hunt with a crazy feed onto it, and get the hunters set up, and of course, so when things start going wrong, then you start looking at yourself. Well, what did I do wrong, right? So I'm calling Daryl, and I'm like, man, I don't know where you are, but can you swing by and just look at the spread? Like, did I do something wrong? Am I not hidden well enough? Did I set the rig up wrong? You know what I mean? Like, you're just tearing yourself apart because these birds just won't work for you, right? So, the night before, you're seeing 10,000 birds in the field, and you go set up, and after the hunt, you only drop out of the 40 that you only drop 20 or 25, and you're like, man, like, what am I doing wrong here, right? But what it come down to was that the birds were just overhunt. It was the same birds every day. They're just, whatever field they go in, someone is set up onto it. But then after I left and I came home, then the birds started coming. So the guy that took over from me, I've been chatting with him, and he's been having some banger hunts. So the birds came in, so which is good for the clients, right? But I'm going to tell you, it wasn't fun to be around the lodge. I can tell you that when the birds weren't doing it for you, it wasn't it was a very, very angry place to be.
We had a lot of lack of wind.
Oh, really?
Like, we didn't have any ripping windy. So last Saturday night, we had a storm blow in. We had to get up a couple inches of snow, which made for a lovely drive to the field that morning.
Those roads are horrible once they get wet too, eh?
Well, we were lucky because it was asphalt, like.
Oh, laddie.
It was a good distance
of
asphalt.
You're giving away your locations now, buddy. You're giving away your location because there's not much asphalt out there.
There's one road.
Care. Like, we're good travel on asphalt, and then we kind of took the long way to get to the field because it shortened the distance of having to be on gravel, which totally made sense. because I thought I was going to put the truck into the dinky weeds. But like it was ripping wind that morning, and the birds ate it. And
Really?
like it was, I don't know, -3, -4, plus like the flurries and the wind. Like there was no doing pictures that day.
Really?
And we were shooting green-winged teal in a field.
I know you said that.
Buddy, like, blew my mind.
I took a crew out. I found a duck hunt, which in the area where I was, normally there's not a lot of ducks there. It's mostly specks, snows, and cranes, right? So that was mostly what I would deal with, and then Daryl would get ducks and the whole bit. So, anyways, I find a duck hunt, a smasher duck hunt on sheet water, which is beautiful because you don't get sheet water out there, right? So so I find a Canada hunt as well, and so the fear is the Canadas are going to push out of there before I get a chance to hunt it. So I give it to Daryl. I said, hey, listen, you should come and hunt these Canadas in the afternoon after I do this duck hunt. And he was like, yeah, that'll be all right. So I take him out. I get my 40 ducks that I was allowed to get that morning. And then I'm like, Daryl's going to hit 40 geese. The same, what you said about the wind. So we had good wind, but that evening the wind came up strong, and it came up so strong that that the geese just wouldn't come into, they came off the water, and the first field that they could find, that's where they touched down.
Yeah.
They wouldn't stay up because it was so bloody windy.
Yeah.
So I think he got like 2 or 3 geese out of it, and that was it. And I was pretty bummed because that was a solid. Craig, what about you, man? Like you've been slumming it on Terrible right from the beginning of the season. So how's it going for you here?
It's been slow lately. Like just I haven't had the time. Like we just work wise, it's been hard to kind of get away. And even on the weekends, we just had so much. We were hosting a friend's wedding here at the house last weekend, so just getting shit ready for that. And, but yeah, like early season went okay. Got a couple of hunts in, got Caleb his bird, and then
Seen that? Yep.
I got out to Tiny Marsh here. It's like the one big public complex nearby, and I got invited to hunt there. It ended up being like a nice sunny, warm morning, and we could see birds fly. And then there was a few other groups out there that day. And it sounded like the others were getting the shooting. So the one group got to the one point that the guy that had invited me out was hoping to get to. So birds were going into them. They were doing some shooting. And of course, at one point I was looked behind us. We were kind of set up in this little point in the cattails, and I saw a wood duck kind of go in behind us. So at one point, after sitting for a while and get nothing, I decided to get out, and we were all in waders and that. So I went walking to look to see if I could put this bird up. And of course, as I get out behind everything, they start shooting from where we were set up. And I got back, they had dumped a couple of wood ducks, and I think we ended up with, the guy who invited me, his son had gotten a wood duck earlier on. So we walked away with 3 birds that day. And like those were the only ones that gave us opportunities anyway. So did that hunt. And then last week, I kind of took the week off. I was kind of off checking my work emails, just following up on stuff, and then just applied for all the leave afterwards and everything. And so I went out. My plan was to chip away at yard work, get the house ready for the wedding and that, and then do a couple of days of hunting. Well, I got it one day. And so I went up to that little wood duck hole that I went to last year on opening day. Because I went out there right after the season had opened. I just went out one afternoon, just kind of walking around with the gun in case I saw anything. And I'd seen wood ducks in there. So I set up in there that morning. And they all came in at once, and most of them were too far out. A pair came in close to me, and I could see the one drake. So I got him. So that was the one shot I had all day there. And then actually, I forgot I had accepted an appointment to get on a call with my supervisor and my manager that morning at 8:30. So luckily, it's like 4 minutes down the road. So I had to pack up, get back to the house, jump on that call, which then the manager ended up being sick and hadn't canceled the meeting. So I left the hunt for nothing. But I came home and let Maverick play with the wood duck for a bit, and he got all crazy excited. And then I went out that night to another public spot just up the road from there the one where I've kind of got my canoe I stashed the canoe last year. And so I went out there just to kind of see what was going on, maybe set up for a different day. But when I got out there, before I could set up the canoe or get the canoe out, a couple of birds took off. So I shot and got the one. And then I was watching it, and in this stand, it's pretty wide open, but there's a lot of dead standing trees. And so I was swimming around, and I was kind of losing it behind the trees. I was trying to keep an eye on that, and I lost him before I could get I lost sight of him before I could get the canoe out. And then this flock of mostly teal, and I'm assuming there's probably a mallard or two mixed in, they were circling around, and they weren't coming in. So then I went back to start getting the canoe, and I looked, and the birds were coming closer. And so I stopped, and then they dropped in. And then one teal had come in close enough. So I swatted him, and he was still alive, but like wasn't diving or anything. So I went chasing. So then I go get the canoe, chasing him. And like, I'm just like round after round at this one little teal, right? Trying to kill the damn thing. And as I'm going, watching him, I'm also looking around, trying to find the other bird that I'd already knocked down. But like, I couldn't find the other one. So I'm chasing him. And the one video I posted, I had forgotten my earplugs in the truck. So like, I didn't realize till the end of the night when I'm driving home, like my ear was just killing me because I must have fired off probably 6 or 7 shells at that damn teal, right? Trying to get it. And then when I got up to him, because he wasn't like, I could catch up to him. And then just as I got there, he finally dove. And I could see him grabbing onto the weeds and twisting himself around. So like, I went over him.
Really?
Yeah, because like as he dove just as I was getting there, and I was reaching for him, so like I coasted over him. And when I looked back, I could see where he was because his belly. Like,
wait till Maverick is ready.
What's
Maverick
that?
could get that. Wait till Maverick's ready. He'll fucking get those.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had all that issue, but yeah, I could see it spinning. I could see its belly showing up, so I was able to go back and get him. So yeah, that's all I got. But that's all I've done for ducks. And even the next couple of weeks, it's like just a lot of stuff going on to try and get out.
Like, so I'll pose this question to you guys, to both of yous, and then you guys chime in and let me know, and you're not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever. So I've been back from Saskatchewan now, I think maybe 2 weeks. And I don't want to sound like an asshole or a pompous prick or anything like that, but I really don't want to go out and do the setup and do everything unless I know it's going to be a banger hunt. Like, is that the wrong attitude? Like, and I'm asking, like, and I'm genuinely asking, like, is that the wrong attitude to have? Because I couldn't care less about, like, I'm driving, I'm scouting, I'm looking for birds. Don't get me wrong. But unless I'm finding a banger hunt, I'm probably not going to go and set up on it. You know what I mean? Like, if I just,
if I'm doing a field shoot, there's birds.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going through all that, there's birds. Like this morning, I went by myself and took 6 decoys.
Right. And that was just a little puddle hunt you were doing, right?
Yeah, it's like about 30, like the water's down a little bit, but it's like a 35-yard, 40-yard circle. Like, you can shoot the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like literally, and I can't even tell you how far I walk. 150, 200 yards if I'm lucky.
Right.
So yeah, just march through.
Yeah.
Dump 6 decoys, and like this is where I have a bench installed.
Right. Like, and I don't want to sound. Yeah, like, I don't want to sound like I'm too good to get up in the morning and just go sit down, and it's not that. It's just like the majority of the time I hunt alone, right? Like, I don't go with it. The only time I go with someone is if I leave this area and I go meet up with you guys, or I'm invited to go meet up with somebody else. But around my area, I'm usually by myself. That probably should tell me something. I'm probably a bit of an asshole. But,
I'm the same way.
You know what I mean? So like, even Trish has said to me, she said, you haven't hunted that much. And I'm like, I haven't really seen anything. Like, even my goose spot, which is very close to my house. Like, I haven't even went at that because it's not it's not piling up the way that I want it to pile up. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just going to go and shoot up an area to get one bird and you know what I mean? So that's
if I'm shooting Canada's, they better be in there.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Especially Canada's. Like, you're not going to go set up. You're not going to go do that set up. Well, I shouldn't say you're not going to. Maybe some people do, and good for you. You're better than what I am, because you get your ass out of the bed and you go set up, even though you know that it may not be a banger. So good for you. But I'm with you, Phil. Like, unless I know it's going to be a fucking good hunt, I am not dragging all of those decoys and all of that shit out to a field to set up to just get skunked, right?
You know, I've been the same. Like because early season, I was finding a lot of geese and even a lot of ducks. But the last little while, like I'm just not seeing anything. Like I put in a couple of solid days. Like last week when I was off, like at least I was getting out. I was going out scouting in the morning before I started up, yard work and stuff like that. And I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything at all. I wasn't seeing anything flying. I wasn't finding anything on the ground. So the only reason I really, and I could have gone out more days, but it was just the same thing. It was kind of like, well, why? I'll go hit those two little spots at some point. But like that little wood duck hole, I only do it once, just because like when I put the video online, like it's close to stuff, and I think like I'm the only one that ever hunts it. Nobody realizes that you can hunt it, and so it's like I don't want to cause a lot of noise for the neighbors and stuff like that. So I do it once, and I knew like, okay, like it's still warm. I know the wood ducks are still actually here. I'll go hit it, and then I went up like that afternoon. I hit the other one. It was more so it's a nice day. I'll go for a walk while I've got the energy. I'll take the canoe, or I'll take the paddle, jump in the canoe for the sake of just getting out. If something was there, something's there. But yeah, I'm the same way. Like if there's spots where I'll go that it's easy to get to. That wood duck hunt, I took the flashback decoy. That's all I took with me because I knew the birds were coming. Really? Yeah, like I knew the birds were. It worked well in there. I did take it to Tiny Marsh, but the water's so low, it just it wouldn't. It would turn the head once or twice and then just get stuck. So it can still give you that motion, anyways. And I didn't realize when you read the instructions, it tells you that you can just put the cord across the neck to stop it from turning, to just give you that butt motion. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't impact the gears or anything like that on it. Okay. But yeah, if I've got a easy little spot, I can just go for a nice little walk. And yeah, when I did that afternoon hunt, I took the flashback and two ringneck decoys. Like that was it.
Yeah.
Just again for the sake of putting in some time, but not expecting anything. But yeah, I'm not going to go set up. I'm not going to walk back kilometers through that bush to that pond to then and pull all those decoys to maybe see something.
Well, and you're a fit young man too. Like I'm a fat old fella, so I really don't want to be slugging shit any more than what I really got to. No, it's so the reason why I had started that long rant there on why I'm not going out. I also believe that the end of October, getting into November, once we start getting those cold, that's when it's really good here. So like I have said this, and I'm not standing on a soapbox and preaching this, but I honestly think that we should in Ontario push our waterfowl season to start later. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are just losing their goddamn mind right now by me saying that. But I do, because our numbers, so you can still do the early goose to get rid of the resident birds, which is what the early goose season is designed for.
Yeah.
But if you started the season the end of September, I think you would do better. I honestly do.
We already start at the end of September.
Well, I mean the beginning of October. Yeah, we're like what, the 20th of September is when it starts.
4th September, 4th Saturday.
So yeah, let's push it into October then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah, just a couple weeks, and then so then you can push later into January, and the way that the seasons has been going, like January there's still lots of open water around here.
And if you find the birds in January, man, they look nice.
Oh, buddy, do they ever look, especially those big old fat northern mallards that come down? Yeah, man. I did want to, we're getting about 15 minutes away from our hour mark, and I don't know if we can actually do some justice on this topic, but I wanted to talk about this. And I sent you guys the thing on our group chat, but this bird dumping that happened in Saskatchewan, right? So talking to
whole birds.
Yeah, like whole birds, like not carcasses, not, just dumped a pile of birds. I can't remember how many birds there were.
140, I think.
What's that?
140.
140. But just dumped there, right? And so now it comes into this whole conversation, because so right off the bat there is this competition between freelancers and guides, right? And there is a divide there on guides don't like freelancers don't like guides, that whole bit, right? I don't, and I'm not speaking for anybody, and I'm not speaking for any outfit that I've worked for in the past. But I don't personally see a big deal with freelancers as long as they're doing everything on the up and up, right? They're being ethical and they're not being douchebags, right? But now that and this guy, so they have the truck and it has an Ontario plate. So this is what I found out last night after I was talking to you guys, because I'm talking to another fella who he is very interested in what's happening there. He's from the States and spends a lot of time up in Saskatchewan. And because I said to him, I said, I think it's an American vehicle. And he said, that's what we had thought originally too, but now the wardens have come out and said it's an Ontario plate. So if you want to add fuel to the fire between guides and freelancers, that's a sure way to do it. Now, I'm not saying all guides are angels, because God knows there's some assholes out there. But if you're dumping 140 fucking birds into a ditch or wherever it was that he did, or that crew dumped these birds, man, you are asking for some serious, serious trouble. And it's an Ontario guy. So at a province, just, man, it's bad. I hope they catch the fucker. I honestly do.
Well, if they know it's an Ontario plate, they've clearly identified it.
Yeah. So I just and I just don't know what the legalities of all that is, right? Like, so when I thought the truck was a US truck, I was like, well, fuck, it's another country. How are you gonna lay charges and all that shit, right? But now that it's a Canadian vehicle, I would think that it's very easy to figure out who's driving that vehicle and just fucking charge them.
Well, especially it's like wherever they were close to, it's like how many Ontario plates were driving around in that that period of time.
Would not be hard to figure it out.
Well, it wouldn't be. And Phil, and well, Craig, you've been to Saskatchewan hunted too. Like,
there's only
like
so
all
many
these
places you can stay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And when you're knocking on farmers' doors, they like, they're not idiots. Like, they're looking out. They see you coming up the laneway. Like, it takes you fucking 10 minutes to drive off the main road to get up to their house anyways. So they're watching your vehicle the whole time you're driving into their yard. So I just don't know how you can get away with it, because they all fucking know who you are. Like, it can't be that hard to figure this out.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not a warden. I'm not a conservation officer. I'm not a police officer. I don't know how you can find this out. But the fact that they're passing around pamphlets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll send it to you guys. when we get off. I got a picture of the pamphlet that's been passed around out there. Tells me that, yeah, they got the truck, but they still haven't got the people. So like, I just don't know. I don't know where the disconnect is here.
Yeah, they'll be able to figure it out. Won't be hard.
Yeah, I hope so. Because
there's only so many places.
Because it needs to be, but it needs to be sorted out. Because you think about it, like 140, like that's a significant amount of birds to be just thrown to the side, even if it was only one bird. Yeah. I know Daryl, like at the lodge, we had a pit, like there's a pit for all the carcasses, right? So like when the birds are clean, they go into this pit and it gets covered over and the whole bit, right? But like apparently one year a guide had like thrown a full duck into the pit. I don't know why, but he did. And anyways, it was before that, and then Daryl had fired him, right? And Daryl just happened to be walking by the pit and looked down, and it was easy to see, like it was a fucking full bird. And he said, like, if the COs had come in and they had seen that full bird into his pit, he said, like, it would have been serious trouble
lodge
for
gets
him.
shut down, and
yeah. So, and that was one duck. And I mean, like, he told me, like, it was bad. Like, he crawled down into the pit to get that bird out of there, right? Because he was like, if the CO ever came in and seen that, like, it was bad news for him.
Yeah.
So he had to, and lucky it wasn't rotten or anything. So he got it and, you know, cleaned it, and it became part of his possession limit, right? Which is on the up and up, and everything was good to go. But he had said, like, if a fucking CO had come in and seen that, like the lodge, that was bad news for the lodge. So I can't imagine what 140 birds thrown off on the side of the road would do.
Well,
and even if it wasn't, like, if for whatever reason it didn't become a big legal issue, but it's then you got the public perception and shit too, right? Like there was an issue a couple years ago. I saw there's this one guy, he's a big known naturalist in this area, and he's come to give talks at our Hunters and Anglers Club. I had him come out to our junior club and that, and he was out in the bush somewhere, out for a walk, and he found a pile of Canadas that somebody had breasted, and then they dumped, and it's like they didn't make any effort to get it away from the road and stuff like that, right? Like they left the carcasses there where somebody's going to find it, or something's going to drag them across the road and be noticeable.
Yeah.
So again, even that, like it was fine. Like they'd cleaned the birds, left the carcasses, but now you've got this guy who's known to be a local naturalist posting it on his Facebook page and his various groups, and then all those people are jumping on that and going.
Of course.
So then it just like optics and shit like that. It's awful.
I just, I'm like we're killing ourselves, right? Yeah. Like we're 100% fucking ourselves. Like,
no, we are our own worst enemy. And I get how much it sucks to clean 140 birds, because we shot 143 one morning.
Yeah.
And we filled, and I mean filled, the entire bed of a truck with the whole birds.
Yeah.
And then the 7 of us proceeded to clean every single one of those, and it sucked, but we did it.
Yeah. And listen, like I even said to you, right? Like when you were sending me pictures of your birds, I was like, Phil, what are you guys doing with your birds? Like, and I know you, and I know that you're an ethical person, but I don't know all the people that you're hunting with. And that was my question to you. I'm like, what are you guys doing with all your birds? And then, you know, you explain, well, we make it into jerky, and then there's some landowners that want birds and stuff like that, which is awesome.
We gave away bags of whole breasts to some of the farmers. Like this one guy, apparently he would take goose over anything else. We're not too sure if he's okay or not, but
he's not right in the head.
No. But yeah, he takes piles of breast meat and makes it into sausage and stuff. So he got a pile. We did like one large batch of what I would call human jerky, like it's actual like seasons and stuff. So I brought like a big Ziploc freezer bag of that home. All the rest of the meat got made into like what we call dog jerky, so dog treats and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys bring piles of that home. Or some of the farmers that we talk to that have dogs, like, hey, you want a bag of dog treats? They're like, yeah. So like not a single thing goes to waste. Like, there are times where, a flock might work just a little too close and one bird gets put through the
Turned
shredder
into
before
mince.
it even hits the ground.
Yeah.
So there's the odd poor one that gets sacrificed. It's inevitable. But like not a thing goes to waste with us. Like we were cooking, I was actually cooking dinner one night and I did butterflied duck breast. So I butterflied duck breast, put some little slabs of jalapeno inside,
Nice.
cream cheese, wrapped it in bacon, did those on the barbecue. Oh, let me tell you how good those were.
Oh, let me tell you.
It was almost like a reverse like duck popper. We call them
Yeah, stuffed
jalapeno
instead of
poppers.
wrapped.
Yeah, because normally like it's because we only had like 4 jalapenos. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Like, I was expecting like half the jalapeno, put the sliver of meat, like make hors d'oeuvres, and like, no, it's not working. So, I was doing like whole butterfly duck breast, and it was quite good.
That reminds me, I wanted to ask about that. Like you were talking about stuff for the dogs. What are you doing? Like what kind of parts are you using to give the dogs, and what are you doing with them to prep them or anything?
So, what was the first part of that, Craig?
Just what parts of the birds are you using to kind of
we
put
just
off
breast
to the
them out.
side for dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, just breast them out, and the guys in the group I hunted with, they now have this like, it makes like the jerky. Like you drop the big piece of meat in the top, there's a hand crank, and it comes out in slices.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you just feed that thing. Some guys just run in the crank and just it makes like as opposed to sitting there with a knife and like slicing, which is such a tedious job. You want to gouge your eyes out. But yeah, we run through this slicer. It makes perfect strips, and then one of the guys in the group, he's got like it's a huge dehydrator, like it's bigger than a bar fridge.
Oh, yeah.
And we can load that thing up and just we let it run overnight and boom, dog jerky.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I was wondering about that.
When's Maverick going with Rumble?
The 2nd, so just a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Rumble is down guiding right now at
he said he'd be
St.
back.
Lawrence.
He'll be back. I think he said he'd be done in a couple of days now.
Yeah, so I know I got a message from him the other day. He was like, let's grab a coffee as I'm driving back through. So I'm just waiting for him to message me. I don't know when he's leaving to head back to his place, but I should be having a coffee with him here fairly soon. And actually, if we can plan it and make it happen, it'd be cool if I could get Scott here, and then we could do a show with Scott here, and then the 3 of us, right, with Scott.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll shoot him a message just so he can give me a heads up on a couple days notice, because I have to clear some stuff. And
I think when I talked to him last, I think it was 25th or 26th comes to mind of when he'd be done.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's when he'd be heading home or that's the last day or something.
Cool. Well, fellas, we're getting close to that 60-minute mark. Yeah, it's getting that time, man.
I got a kid I got to put to bed.
Hey, tomorrow night is World Series night. So Monday, when this show drops, the Jays are either up 1 game or
2.
The Dodgers.
Because they play Saturday as well.
Be up too. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the Dodgers are going to put the smackdown on them, just like everybody's expecting, or if the Jays can split it or what. But anyways, it's a wonderful time of year. Hockey has started. Baseball playoffs is on the go. There's ducks, there's geese. Fellas are getting ready for deer. It's a wonderful time of year. So thanks for listening. We'll do a quick around the table, and then we'll end this one. And we got to get back, and I'm bad for it, but we got to get back onto a schedule of pumping some shows out here.
We're duck hunters. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Craig, to you first, my man.
Nothing much. Just hopefully putting some time in the next couple of weeks. Start getting out to the fields and hopefully everybody else does too.
Philly?
I got nothing other than go Jays go.
Go Jays, go. Awesome. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 243 of the Union 0430 podcast. We are not experts. We will never pretend to be experts. Just a bunch of friends that love hanging out, talking anything duck, goose, hunting, and then the normal tangents as well. Big love. Surround yourself with good people, and talk to you next time.